Any nerves heading into this one?
No, I'm not a guy that gets super nervous, and I'm anxious to get out and make plays and finally get the season started, but not a whole lot of nerves. Maybe right before, get a little butterflies, and once you get on the field, that goes away.
Chemistry-wise with the receivers, you feel like everything's right where you'd like it to be heading into this first game?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're making a lot of plays. It showed today. Isaiah went over the top, made some plays. Billy went over the top, made some plays. You got guys like Trayvon and Noah that are coming across the middle and aren't scared. They'll come across and get a ball and take a hit or two if they need to. So I think we're doing a great job.
Biggest growth Thomas said he's seen since you guys started camp to now is just kind of command of the offense as a whole. The tempo is really doing what it's supposed to do, and he's had some good things to say about your control of things. Yeah,
the tempo's there, and I think the tempo's been there. It was just making sure it was smooth. For a while maybe we were going fast and it wasn't as smooth as we wanted it to be, and I think that's there now. We're able to go any tempo that we want, and all the guys are mentally there. There's no misassignments. We know where we need to be, and that's big to rely on one another, that we know that where we're going to be.
Mm-hmm. I've seen you and Daryl mixing together. Have you seen Daryl take different strides throughout the progression of fall camp?
Yeah, Daryl's a great player. He comes out and he competes every day just like I do, and it's fun just pushing each other. Maybe I'll go out and make a big play, and then he'll come out and make a big play, and it's fun just kind of going back and forth, cheering each other on. But, we're there for each other to make sure that we're seeing things, making sure that, maybe coaching each other up, giving each other tips if we need to. But, I think Daryl's a great player.
Jake, in what way have you taken command of this team since you were named the starter?
Yeah, it's just coming out here every day and competing, making sure that the guys know that they can look to me to be their guy, and making sure that I know, everything that's going on the field at all times. So if they look to me and a guy, needs to know what he needs to do, and making sure that I know it.
I don't know how much you look back at Oregon State's offense before you got here, but obviously the passing game was an area that needed to grow. How do you feel like that's grown just during this camp and the time you've been here?
Yeah, I think we're doing a great job. Like I said, we're making plays. You can see it today. Our outside receivers are going out and getting the ball, going over the top and making some really great catches, and we got the guys on the inside that, can go over the top, can come underneath and make the plays, and I think that's huge, and I think it'll show on Saturday.
How would you describe the identity of your offense? Obviously, you've got a deep group of running backs. Do you foresee this being a team that's still kind of a run-first team, or could it be, pretty much 50-50 split?
Yeah, I don't really know how to break it down like that, but I think we're going to have a smash mouth run backfield. The guys are going to set the tone for us, and the running game is going to be really solid, and so hopefully we can complement that with a great passing game, and so to have a nice balance like that I think is great.
Does it sort of calm your nerves a little bit to know that if things aren't working through the air, you can hand it off and sort of let those running backs do their thing?
I guess so. I think that we need to complement each other, so I can't, let off and think that, oh, okay, I can just hand the ball off. I have to step up and make plays to make the running game there for those guys too. But, yeah, it helps having great running backs like we have.
It's been a couple weeks now with Fred moving to right tackle and some shifts. Have you noticed a difference in the level of pass protection since those changes went across the line?
It's been a great transition, I think, for Fred. I think he's doing a great job at right tackle, and I think, he is a tackle. I think he plays well there, so he moves well, and we haven't had any problems that I've noticed ever since he made that transition.
You said no extra nerves going into this week, but does it sort of, you've talked about for all camp about this is a dream being realized, a dream being realized. Now it really is almost here, so how do you grapple with those emotions of just knowing that it is almost here?
Yeah, it's great, but I think, that's one of the reasons why I don't need to get nervous. I've worked hard to get where I'm at, and I've worked for this my whole life to get right where I'm at right now, so there's no reason for me to put any extra pressure on myself or get any extra nerves that I don't need to have. I'm prepared. We come out here every day, we work hard, and I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm going to just keep trying to do my thing and make plays.
What's Thomas Tyner brought to the team since he's been here?
He's just a great player, and he's a great person too. He brings a good personality to the field, to the locker room. I think, he's a great guy to be around, and he definitely is a great player. He sets a tone in the backfield of, he'll run you over, and then he'll run by you, he'll run around you. He really has a full arsenal of what you want in a great running back.
Oregon, he was always a super quiet guy. Has he opened up a little bit here? Do you hear him talking out there?
He's pretty quiet, but he's got an interesting personality, because he's not super loud, he's not obnoxious, but he's a funny guy. He's nice to be around. He's got, he's just not too obnoxious, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's quiet, I guess is what I'm saying.
That the demeanor you have, that kind of just being calm, cool, collected on the field. Where did you first develop that, or how did you first develop that? Even maybe when you were way younger.
Just growing up, it's something that my family just tried to implement in me. Playing sports, playing baseball when I was young. I remember I was probably 10 years old and I struck out and I was really frustrated. I think I slammed my bat down or something. and my grandpa, you know, talked to me, my dad talked to me, and was just like, you can't do that, you know. Maybe you're going to strike out 3 times in a row, and you know, you just got to stay level-headed and come back out, and you know, the next at bat's the most important one. I think that transfers over to football, you know, perfectly. You know, maybe 1, 2, 3 passes in a row they don't come out exactly like you want them to, but you know, it's the next play, it's the next rep. You know, you got to come out and give it your best.